College Marambally e-learning.
Hi everyone, welcome to my session on Advanced Corporate Accounting. I am Ramla Bivi, Faculty, PG Department of Commerce, MES College Marambally. Today we are dealing with the topic Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. This is a new topic, and when we deal with a new topic, we want to know the answers to these questions such as what, who, when, why and where. We want to know firstly the definitions of insolvency and bankruptcy. What is insolvency? Insolvency is a state of economic distress, whereas bankruptcy is a court order that decides how an insolvent debtor will deal with unpaid obligations. The basic terminologies of insolvencies are insolvency, bankruptcy, liquidation, winding up and dissolution. Insolvency precedes bankruptcy and liquidation follows bankruptcy. We already find out what is insolvency and bankruptcy. Then we want to know what is liquidation. Liquidation is a process of winding up of a company. When a company follows drop in sales, delay in payments, increasing reliance on credit, then insolvency is the warning. Then why bankruptcy code was needed? There is no single law in India to deal with bankruptcy. Provisions relating to insolvency and bankruptcy for companies can be found in the Sikh Industrial Companies Act 1985, Recovery of Debt and Financial Institutions Act 1993, Companies Act 2013. For individuals and partnership, insolvency is deal with the Presidency Insolvency Act 1909 and the Provincial Insolvency Act 1920. At present, there are multiple overlapping laws and adjudicating forums dealing with the financial failure and insolvency of companies and individuals in India. So, the code offers a uniform, comprehensive insolvency legislation encompassing all companies, partnerships and individuals. What are the objectives of Bankruptcy Code? The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code passed by the Parliament is a welcome overhaul of the existing framework dealing with the insolvency of corporates, individuals, partnerships and other entities. It paves the way for much needed reforms while focusing on creditor-driven insolvency resolution. The objective of this code is to consolidate and amend the law relating to corporate persons, partnership firms and individuals for maximization of value of assets of such persons. Features of Bankruptcy Code. One of the fundamental features of the code is that it allows creditors to assess the viability of a debtor as a business decision and agree upon a plan for its revival or a speedy liquidation. Then another feature is the code creates a new institutional framework consisting of a regulator, insolvency professionals, information utilities and adjudicating mechanisms that will facilitate a formal and time-bound insolvency resolution process and liquidation. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. What is IBBI? IBBI is an Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. It is a single regulatory body whose job is to oversee the processes, the personnel and the adjudicating bodies related to insolvency and bankruptcy. What are the features of IBBI? That is, the features are the head office is situated in New Delhi and it has all the features of a corporate body, that is a company. That is, it has perpetual succession, common seal, have power subject to the provisions of the code, can acquire, hold or dispose of movable or immovable property, can sue and be sued. Structure of IBBI. IBBI is constituted by 10-member committee which includes 1 chairman, 3 ex officio members from central government, 1 member is nominated by RBI, 5 members are nominated by the central government, of which 3 should function as full-time members. Powers and functions of IBBI. There are several functions of IBBI. The most important functions are as follows. The board shall register insolvency professional agencies. Then it specify the minimum eligibility requirements for registration of insolvency professional agencies, insolvency professionals and information utilities. It levy fee of other charges for the registration of insolvency professional agencies, insolvency professionals and information utilities. It specify by regulations standards for the functioning of insolvency professional agencies, insolvency professionals and information utilities. It lay down by the regulations the minimum curriculum for the examination. Another function is it carry out inspection and investigation of professional agencies. It monitor the performance of insolvency professional agencies, insolvency professionals and information utilities and pass any directions as may be required for compliance of the provisions of this code and the regulations issued thereunder. Powers and functions are again classified as call for any information and records from the insolvency professional agencies, insolvency professionals and information utilities. It publish such information, then it specify by regulations the manner of collecting and sorting data, it collect and maintain record, it constitute such committees, it promote transparency and best practices, maintain website, enter into memorandum of understanding, issue necessary guidelines, specify mechanism for redressal of grievances, conduct periodic study, specify mechanisms for issuing regulations, making regulations and guidelines, mechanism for time-bound disposal of assets, perform such other functions as may be prescribed. The board may make model bylaws to be adopted by insolvency professional agencies. While exercising the powers under this code, the board shall have the same powers as are vested in a civil court under the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. Hope you understand my lecture. Thank you.